Welcome everybody to our show. This is Custom Fab Garage on our channel OCTANE TV on YouTube. Make sure you go down below and hit that subscribe button, and on top of that, make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you can get all the new content that comes out weekly and even every day. The vehicle we're going to be working on today, 2013 Chevy Avalanche. This thing is super clean. It does have the basic normal radio, non-Bose, non-navigation. Standard audio. Here's the front door panels. These are pretty much the same on Tahoe, Silverado, Avalanche, Escalade, you name it, they're all pretty much the same. There are slight variances and differences, but they're going to be very similar. Just like on the rear door panels and every other vehicle, you're going to have to pop this off first, pop this off, and down in here we're going to have to pop this off. So that's where we're going to start and kind of show you what we're going to do. Here's, you're going to take your pick tool and you're going to just get inside here and pull out to get this piece to snap out so that you can pull this up. When you get your pick tool in here and you get this off, this is what it looks like behind. This little part hangs onto that metal rod, and then this bad boy will come right out like that. So you just want to be really super careful with this, because this has to go back into here to hold this down on this. So don't lose this, and definitely don't break it. Be very careful with these pieces. This piece, what we're going to do is right here in this indentation down on the bottom, we're going to take our hook tool down in there, and we're going to get that underneath there and pull this bad boy out. It doesn't take much force on these, but you're going to just take this. It's hard to do with holding the camera as well. Before I scratch. Here's this piece when you pull it out. Here's the back side here with all the clips. That's how it clips in, and then 10mm behind there. Piece right here in the middle, what I would recommend is kind of coming up. This one's a little different than the rear. You got to kind of come up from the bottom or the sides, because unlike the rear, it doesn't have a top piece that you can get onto it really good. So you're going to kind of wedge your plastic pry tool in there, and you're going to try to pull it out. Basically, we got it in there and pulled it out on this side. We kind of marred it a little bit, but you got to be careful. That's what the back side looks like. That's how it clips in, these four little clips. But once we got it in, like right here, and it pushed in here a little bit, it started to pull out, and then you got to take your fingers and kind of yank it out. But that's what it looks like behind. You've got two 10mm back there as well. You're gonna go ahead and remove this 10mm. More right here, and you want to be super careful with these, and boy, they're in there good. Every one of these has been really hard to torque out. Don't drop them. And here's the other one. Oh my god. Boy, they're in there good. Alright, there we go. Recommend taking your plastic pry tool and knocking this triangle off too. When you pull this off, here's at the back side, these three metal clips. Just doesn't take a whole lot of force to get it off. Just right here, or this bottom one right here, it'll kind of pull you, so just kind of hold it when you're pulling it off, and then boom, that'll come right off for you. What we're going to start with next is we're going to take this and go on the back side right here, and we're going to start pulling this door panel out right here. You can also kind of push your hand in and kind of feel for the plastic and try to get it to where you can get it to pop out, but it is hard. These panels are very tough. What you're going to want to do is, once you get this off, you're going to want to push up from the back side onto here, and you're going to unplug 1, 2, 3, 4 harnesses. On this part right here, it's a little bit tough, but what we do is we take needle noses and go inside of here. So this is not focusing, and then we pinch these two pieces together to get it to pull out. Because if you look inside here, that's how this is designed. You clamp these together and then you pull out. So that's basically how it works, and this ball will pull up and then pull out. That's how these work. Here's the back side of the door panel, so you can see how many pop pieces you are dealing with. And let me tell you, these are really, really, really tough to pop off, especially if they're the first time. Then you have also a pop piece right here. These are extremely difficult to get off, especially if it's the first time. Usually they'll leave a lot inside of here, but we got them all out with no issues. But just want to let you guys know that. That way you know what you're going up against when you're trying to pull on this. It is extremely tough to get it off. So you're gonna have to use a lot of force and it's gonna feel like it's gonna break it. What I would do is grab it from the backside around there and just start pulling piece by piece up. Here is the factory 6.5. And it mounts by the 7mm and this clip style piece down here on the bottom, which has some foam in it. But that's pretty much it. The rear speakers are exactly the same unless you have a different vehicle that has the 5.25, but that's pretty much it right there. What we're gonna do first is take off this 7mm right here, and that will allow us to be able to get the speaker off. Now one thing you're gonna have to do, I've learned they have a lot of foam and stuff behind these, is you're gonna have to kind of pry because they do put a lot of foam and stuff. Boom, and then you'll get it to where it will pop itself out. That's it. Boom, that's it. And then this harness comes around to the back. You're gonna need to unplug this and pull this off of the speaker. And this is just push in here and that bad boy will come right out. And that's it. And this is the stock. This one in the front is 4 ohm. The rear, they use an 8 ohm. And they even label in front, made in Mexico. I bet these bad boys are 25 cents. We are gonna replace this with a speaker adapter and an aftermarket speaker. These are the speaker adapters that you will want to use, which is an 82 3006 for the fronts and rears on this application. You can also use this SAG MHR634. They're very similar. One's made by SCOSCHE, one is made by METRA. I will put the links down below in the description underneath the video. I will put a link. You can just click on it and buy it right from there. Boom. And then you got the part and it'll ship to your house. Be there if you got Prime. It'll be there in 1-2 days. So easiest way to find these, cheapest way to find these, best value. So do not do this without these. These are, you know, sometimes 15, 20, 30 bucks a pair. Don't do it without these. For me to make these would take so much time and so much money. So just buy these, make sure you have them before you go to put in the speakers, and then that way you do it 100% correctly. These are the speaker harnesses, the adapters I was telling you about, 72, 45, 68. These are what we're gonna use. These are the METRA. We also have an off-brand, which is an X0031KAC05. This comes with 4. This comes with 2. I will put the link down below in the description underneath the video so that you can just buy these, click on them, boom, they're shipped to your house. I use both brands. SCOSCHE is great, METRA is great. I would not go with anything that is 100% Chinese knockoff because I have had some of those fail, especially antenna adapters, wiring harnesses. I would go with something that's either METRA, SCOSCHE, or a reputable company. So if the price is, you know, 10% of what the METRA is, you can guarantee it's probably gonna fail. So I would not buy it. I would go with reputable companies that, you know, are proven. Look at the reviews. Look at the reviews on Amazon, you will see. But click my hyperlink down in the description below, and that way you can just buy it directly, and that helps out our videos, so that way we can continue to keep making these videos for you. These are the speakers the customer provided, which are P1650s, Rockford Fosgate 6.5-inch speakers. These are what we're going to be using in this video only because the customer provided them with us. I will put a link down in the description underneath this video of the 6.5s that we recommend for these vehicles. This is what he brought to us, so I will put in whatever anybody brings to me, but I will put the speakers down below that we recommend with a link. That way you can buy them, that we have proven and used in these vehicles, and they work great. So look down in the description below. You'll see a link. You can click on that, buy that, and get it shipped to your door the next day. I will say these Rockford Fosgate speakers look really nice. I like their plastic here. They're almost like a butyl rubber on the side. The back side of them, they feel very, very, very solid built between the cast, this rubber material that they're using here, these speakers. I mean, everything about these feels really, really good. I'm gonna honestly say Rockford has stepped up their game. I don't know if they're making these in America again or what, but the build quality, even down into there, they feel really nice, I gotta say. So we'll see how they sound. But the one thing I will tell you about these is they smell like blown speakers. Like taking them out of the box and you can smell them. It smells like a blown speaker right out of the box. So I'm a little weirded out, but we'll see how they go. I think they even, yeah, look at that. They even have a foam backing on them. That is pretty nice. I gotta say, man, Rockford's, maybe things are changing at Rockford now. So I gotta say, maybe these speakers will blow my mind. We'll see. thing I can tell you is I'm already starting to not like about these Rockfords is they use totally different than the speaker terminals use. These use a medium on here instead of here, but they use a, you know, small normal speakers, but this is a medium and a large. So these are gonna have to be cut off and changed, just to let you guys know if you use the speaker adapters. So kind of sucks, but I don't know why they didn't just use a large and a small like normal people do. But these companies try to do weird stuff all the times. I don't know. I want to let you guys know, even though this one's smaller and it's labeled negative for the black, I went ahead and used the normal size because even the mediums wouldn't fit on it. So it slides right on there and it is super tight. So everything's in here. What you'll want to do is you want to take pliers. You're going to take the pliers and snap each one of these inside pieces right here off, because you can do a 5 1/4 or 6 1/2 with these, or 6 inch or 6 3/4, I believe. 6 3/4 might not, but I know for sure 5 1/4, 6 and 6 1/2. So these are made for those, so you can just snap these off. I'll show you. So if you take this, you literally just, I should have put my knee on it. Take that, put leverage on it, boom, just comes right off. There you go. That's all you gotta do. So just take these, take a set of pliers, boom, comes right off. That way it's got the perfect diameter. Thing I'm noticing right off the bat is with the METRA ones, you have a big long flat piece that you can put more extra screws in, or a lot of screws in, right? With the SCOSCHE one, if you look at them side by side, it's very thin walled. So when you screw in these 4 screws on the 6 1/2s out here, there is no extra room. I will show you what I mean. There is no extra room besides where these screw holes are to screw in extra screws if you want to make sure, because this adapter is only so strong. So I will say these are good and it will hold in here, but for guys who are pushing a tremendous amount of power through some extreme, you know, mid bass, I would probably recommend going with the METRAs, only because you can screw them down a lot more and they're a little more thick walled than the SCOSCHE ones. But that's the only thing I'm noticing so far. So basically we just snap this piece in. You're gonna take this piece right here on the bottom. You're gonna kind of set it in there and then bring this up and then boom, and then put your 7mm in here. I'm gonna talk to him about putting some Dynamat around this, which I probably will anyways, just to seal this up, because the only thing that's holding this up against this is a 7mm. So this adapter in theory will try to move or wobble. So I'm gonna wrap Dynamat all the way around it to kind of hold it in more secure to this actual panel. Because when that mid bass starts flowing, it's gonna wanna rattle or anything like that. This is the METRA installed. We have the 7mm up here. We have all 8 screws put in. Down here on the bottom, if you look right here and right here, they have a little hole. We're gonna put a self-tapper here and a self-tapper here, because it's kind of hard to see, but you can still jiggle this a little bit. So with this being able to jiggle, these self-tappers will hold it into place down here, because this clip just sits in here, so it jiggles. You do not want this speaker to jiggle. You want it to mount here, you want it to mount here and here, so that it's 100% secure. You do not want any instability in this thing just rattling or moving. That's just gonna cause problems with sound quality.